What's up, everybody? This is Conversations with Carroll. I'm your host, Nolan Carroll. I'm back again. I was doing some things, great things, advancing business, building collegiate program, recruiting, all over the place, speaking engagements. But I'm back now doing Q&A. And I know you guys have seen me posting online, asking you guys a bunch of questions about discipline, focus, how to stay consistent, whether it's you trying to go to the gym, start a business, lead a group, whatever it might be, something that entails those type of qualities. People have been asking me in my DM, so I decided to ask you guys questions. I had a little link a couple weeks ago for you guys to submit questions, and I'm going to answer them here on the podcast just to better help you. And then if it's valuable information, which I think it is, because there's a lot of people that have been asking me the same consistent questions, pass them along to somebody else, because more than likely they might need help too. And what's the help without free advice? So if you're getting free information, go ahead and pass it along. Yeah, here we go. First question. Do you consider SemiPro Pro? Not really. I mean, this is the way I see it this way. You got to pay to play that sport. And it's a disservice to people that are actual professionals that have spent their time day in and day out, not looking for the accolades of being called a professional, just looking for the achievement of it. They want to reach the top of the top. So they're willing to go through the peaks and the valleys to be able to amass that success internally for themselves. It's not about other people. It's not about, hey, look at me. It's just, you say internally, I've made it. The goal that I set for myself, I was able to reach it by going through everything every single day. And sometimes it doesn't work out for people, but they still continually try because they know that they want to reach the top. Now, as far as that, no disrespect at all, but you kind of are taking a shortcut to give yourself a title to be compared to somebody else that has actually put in the work. And I feel like that's what happens nowadays with business. I feel like it happens nowadays with just people. We love to just slap a title in the front of us and think that that's supposed to hold weight. Well, if you haven't gone through the experiences to get there, there's no point of having that title, because that title means nothing at the end of the day if you have nothing to show for it. So with no disrespect, I don't consider it that. But relating it to sports, in business, it's the same thing. You have to do something. You have to go through something to test you to become successful. That way that you can start teaching other people. You can start being that example, but you're never looking for the accolades. And I feel like people that go into that route, that want the title, never really are worried about the process. They want to skip all the steps, as opposed to people that have had to go through the mountaintops to reach the top. A lot of people just want to take a helicopter all the way up to the top, and that's not how this works. You have to go through things in life to be tested. So I got the next question. What do I have? How can I make things with work and my projects manageable? You just have to split it up. Like you really have to see, I said this before, breaking it down into small tasks. And I read this book, forgot the name of it already, it escapes my mind. This is John C. Maxwell, How Successful People Think. And he was talking about how you got to break up your goals into manageable parts. You have to break it down to the little things that you can accomplish daily, because most of the time when we have something that we want to achieve, it's always this big mountaintop, and you're looking at it from the bottom up and you're just thinking, man, this looks impossible. But what you have to do is just break it up. What steps do you need to take? 1, 2, and 3. Then once you accomplish that, what's 4, 5, and 6? What's 7, 8, 9? What's 10, 11, 12? That's how you have to break it up, and each step along the way gets you to the mountaintop per se, and you just have to do it that way. That's the only way it gives you confidence to continue to go, because when you look at a project as a whole, or when you look at your goals as a whole without really breaking them up, it gets intimidating. And a lot of people look at it that way. That's what hinders them from really advancing. That's what hinders them from trying to explore what they need and can become. And that hinders a lot of goals, and that causes people to resent other people that have taken that risk. So at the end of the day, it's breaking it up, then understanding this is the work that entails from each step, and not trying to rush it, not trying to go through it just to say I did it. It's going through it knowing that there's a process involved, that there's going to be a reward at the end, an internal reward. The stuff that you do along the way, it'll be validated through the work that everybody will be able to respect. So look at it that way, to be able, if you're doing a lot of projects, which I don't suggest, I would think start with one, then go to the next, but always break each part up. But that's the way I would think to manage whatever you have going on. Next question. How can I stay consistent? You got to be accountable to yourself. That's what it's all about. Accountability. The things that you do every single day, how well are you doing them? And the things that you're doing every single day, are they getting to where you need to go? Or are they getting you to where you set out to be and become? If it's not going to cause you to be successful. And at the end of the day too, it comes down to focus. If you can focus on being consistent and continually doing the little things, it makes it easier for you. It starts to build your confidence. Everything's about confidence here. If you have confidence in yourself by doing the little things consistently, they always turn out to the big things. And I attribute it, the things that I'm teaching you guys, I attribute it to football. And in football, we have something we call everyday drills, EDDs. And what that does is harps on the fundamentals from, I'm a defensive back, so it's backpedaling, it's press technique, it's making sure our hands are right placed when we're jamming, and make sure our feet are right, and make sure, you know, what we're seeing on 3-step, 5-step, 7-step drops. Those are the key things that we go through every single day. We have to do that consistently. We have to get better at what we're doing if we want to play at a high level on Sundays. So yes, it does get mundane, and yes, there are days where you just don't feel like it, but it's not about feeling like doing it. You know that you have to do it because it's going to get you to where you need to be so you can execute at a high level. So that's the way I would say to be consistent, is just focus on the little things daily that'll help you be successful and give you that confidence to continue to advance. Shoot, that was my 3 questions. It was actually pretty good. I like that. We have more coming later. I like these questions so far. They're actually challenging. And I'm always going to learn something, because when I go back and hear this, I'm going to learn something from it. But hopefully what I've provided to you helps you out. Hopefully you can learn from what other people are asking and apply them to your life. This is what it's all about, is gaining knowledge and be able to give it to somebody else, but trying it along the way and making sure that it works before you even give it to somebody else. But if you want to, and you will, most of you do, you're always in my DMs asking me questions. I want you to go onto my website if you want to. It's carrollsconnection.com, and you can go on the YouTube channel, and you can go on there and you can submit your questions, or you can go in my DMs. Either one. I would prefer you not go in my DMs, because I don't feel like answering a bunch of questions on my DMs. So if you do, more than likely I'm going to put it in here. But that's another episode of Conversation with Carroll. I appreciate you guys submitting your questions, Q&A stuff. It's always fun for me because I always learn more. So I appreciate you guys. Make sure you hit that subscribe button.